I heard someone once describe a WordPress hacker like that of a low-level burglar that would go into an apartment building and walk up and down the halls and just turn the doorknob of every single door they walked past. If the door opened, they walked in. If it was locked, well, they moved on to the next one. They would not just stand there and break down the door or pick the lock. If the basic precaution of locking the door was not done, then they took advantage of it and walked on in and burgled. Same with the majority of the WordPress hackers. If you just take care of at least the basic level of securing your site, then you'll be much better off than those that do not. This video will walk you through some of those basics that everyone should do in securing their site, and we're going to do it in under 5 minutes. Now, first off, we're going to go through and just do some basic house cleaning, because we do not want the average hacker to come by and see that this is a new install by seeing on the main page the hello world, which is the default post that comes with every single fresh install. Because if they see this, they might go into thinking that there are certain vulnerabilities that you have not yet taken care of. So we want to first go through and get rid of the default post, the default page, and anything else in there that might need to be basically cleaned up. So let's go ahead and log into the dashboard area, and I've already done that here. You can do that by putting your URL /wp-admin or wp-login.php. And if you have not logged in recently, then you get a little pop-up box here that requires you to put your username and password in there, and then you'll end up on this page here. Now right down here, by the way, you can see that we are on version 3.5.1. That'll come in handy here in a second, so just kind of make a mental note of that. So first off, we want to go into Posts and Pages. Wait a minute, before we do that, let's bring in my timer here so I know that this is going to be done in less than 5 minutes. There we go. Let's go ahead and click this guy, get him started. And by the way, a little hint, if you go into Users and click on Add New and create a new administrator account, then delete the default admin username administrator account, then that will automatically delete all of the associated posts and pages that were assigned to that original admin. That is, of course, if you don't reassociate them with the new one. That said, let's go on into Posts, go to All Posts, and really you shouldn't have admin as your username anyway. That's a major no-no. And let's go ahead and get rid of the Hello World, trash that one. Come on into Pages, get rid of the sample page, that's the default guy there, trash that one. And while we're in the cleanup mode, we want to, oh yeah, and if you're in an older version of WordPress and you've got the old blog roll thing that was defaulted installed on your site, go ahead and get rid of all those links in there too. I never liked them anyway, but some people do. If you don't, then I'd say get rid of them. Come on into plugins and the themes and make sure that you've got all your most recent updates done. And you do that by coming up here to the dashboard, going to Updates. This will show you all of them, not just the plugins. So if you got themes that need updated, you can take care of that too. Let's go ahead and get rid of this guy here, get him fully updated. And that's also where you can see the updates for the core of WordPress as well. That would be right here. But you can see here where you've got the most recent going right now. Now then, that said, if we do not have the most recent, then you want to make sure that you're not telling the world what version of WordPress you're using, because you have certain updates of WordPress to plug certain security holes. And if a hacker sees that you're using 2.9 or 3.2 and they know of a potential security measure there that they can take advantage of, then they're going to. So you want to make sure that if you're not using the most recent version, which you should be, but maybe you got a client that swears by version 3.2 or whatever, you want to hide that version from being shown to the world. Let me show you what I'm talking about. If we right click, go to View Page Source, I'm going to Control F to do a find. Let me get this guy out of the way here. And I'm going to find 3.5.1. And we see we've got 4 instances of that right here. So we want to get rid of these 4 instances right now. And we do that by logging into our cPanel control panel. You can do the same thing by going to an FTP client. Go to File Manager. Oh, and by the way, while I'm in File Manager, there's a couple of files in here we can get rid of too. The README, this is the root directory of our WordPress install. Select the README and the config-sample. Delete those. Hang with me, I'll get back on track in a second. Go into the wp-admin. And let's get rid of the install files here. That's the helper and the install PHP file. Select those two, delete those. Now then, let's get on back to our functions. That's in the, yeah, we want to go to the themes. WP-content, themes, open that up. And I'm in the 2012 theme right now. We want to come on down to the functions.php, select that, go to code editor, edit that, and we've got 2 bits of code that we want to install here to make those bits of code invisible, or the versions invisible. So we come all the way down to the bottom of the code here, put our cursor right there, and we're going to paste this code in there. You can freeze the video if you want just to copy this stuff down. We want to remove the WP version meta tag and from the RSS feed, and we want to remove the versions from any other stuff that's showing it, like the style.css. Come on up here and save changes. Now we want to come on back here and let's close this guy out here. Refresh that. And then let's take a view of that source page again. And Control F. Get you out of the way there. And see how many we got? 0 for 0. So that's going to clean things up for us, both on the front end, the back end, and in some of the coding in the root directory as well. Now, of course, there's a few other things you might be able to do, but for the basics, this is what we're looking at. And we were able to do all this in under 5 minutes. So now there's no excuse not to lock your door. Thanks for watching this video, and you have a great day.